This right here is a Waltham pocket watch I picked up at an estate sale auction. It's a hunter style case, which means the dial is protected by a cover. And let me tell you, the second I opened the cover and saw that dial, I felt like I was transported back over 100 years ago. So today, let's take a trip into the past and talk about this watch, the company behind it, and the world it was ticking in. Look at that. Clean Roman numerals, slender black hands, and the little second dials ticking away at the bottom. You can almost imagine this watch being pulled out of a vest pocket by someone in a three-piece suit, maybe waiting for a train platform or stepping into a general store. Founded in 1850 in Waltham, Massachusetts, they changed the game by introducing mass production in watchmaking. Before Waltham, most watches were handmade in Europe, expensive, slow to produce, and hard to repair. But Waltham made watches the American way, fast, reliable, and consistent. In fact, their watches were so dependable, they were used by the Union Army during the Civil War, and later by railroad conductors, where precision literally meant life or death. By the time this pocket watch was probably made, around maybe the 1880s to 1910s, Waltham was at the peak of its power. They were exporting watches all over the world and built over 35 million timepieces by the time they stopped in the 1950s. Now think about what was happening in America when this watch was made. The Transcontinental Railroad had just been completed, electricity was just starting to light up homes, the telephone was a new invention, and Teddy Roosevelt was fighting trusts in building national parks. This watch might have been bought by a shopkeeper in St. Louis or a farmer in Iowa. It might have timed church bells on Sunday or been pulled out to check the hour before a horse and carriage ride. This was a watch that lived in a pocket, attached to a chain, worn proudly like a badge of personal pride and responsibility. You didn't carry a watch unless you had things to do, people to meet, and places to be. It's a manual wind mechanical movement, which means every day, maybe every morning before heading out, its owner would wind it up. That was part of the ritual. The Roman numerals give it a classic look, and the sub-seconds dial was a feature that said, hey, I care about precision. So, is it worth a lot? Maybe not in dollars, unless it's solid gold or a rare movement, but I'm not really sure. Many Waltham pocket watches fall in the $100, $300 range, depending on the case, material, and condition. But to me, the value isn't about the price. It's about the connection. This is a piece of everyday life from a century ago. It's something that ticked through the horse and buggy era, the rise of industry, and maybe even through World War I. It's quiet, it's elegant, and it's a reminder that time doesn't just pass. It builds stories. And I have to ask, do you have a family pocket watch or an old piece like this with a story behind it? Have you ever found one tucked away in a drawer or handed down from a relative? I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. If you enjoyed it, give the video a like and consider subscribing for more.